We arrived and it was hot. The Babbacombe Downs were busy and people were enjoying the sunny Sunday on the green, with children playing and people walking. We were staying in a place called the Royal Hotel and Carvery. We went for a stroll and decided to get the vernacular railway down to Babbacombe Beach. The views of Babbacombe Bay were stunning, and when we got to the bottom, the beauty of the beach was much appreciated, as it always is. We had a pint at the beach bar, 3 degrees west, such a lovely little place. We decided to explore the town as well. We ended up walking to St Mary Church Village with its lovely little high street and a sadly closed far out old bookshop. And the church was lovely, and in its church grounds was a standing stone. Whether this was a stylized thing or an ancient stone, I couldn't find out. Also behind the church a little bit was a convent. We trekked back and had some food. We had the carvery the hotel had on offer. It was pretty decent, to be fair. We trekked around at night along the downs, and we had a little look at the theatre building. We started the day to find out that the breakfast included was not the traditional I was hoping for, but instead a basket of muffins, breakfast bars and fruit. Oh well. We headed towards Kent's Cavern, the ancient cave network, fascinating place full of history. Formed in the Pleistocene period in Devonian limestone, home of the oldest known human jawbone in northwest Europe. They have even found Neanderthal remains here and evidence of them living in the caves. Excavated by William Pengelly after his expeditions here, the tour guide let us imagine how dark and dangerous it must have been to explore with just a tallow candle lantern. By turning off the lights, and yes, total darkness. Cave bears, woolly mammoth remains, strange shapes in the rocks that were thought to have been a shrine, where Roman coins were left as offerings. We enjoyed this place a lot. They even have concerts down here due to the natural reverb created by the acoustics. Next, I wanted to see Anstey's Cove. The weather was intermittent. It was drizzling, but it looked like a lovely place for a swim. Unusually in the southwest, this cove is east-facing and totally sheltered. As such, it has many seals visit and is a hot spot for swimmers. The crazy pointy rocks of Long Quarry Point amazed me. The cliffs were dramatic. Sadly, you can no longer easily access the far beach due to landslips. We had lunch here, nachos. Next, we drove to see Thatcher's Rock. I've always wanted to see it close up for some reason. It was lovely standing there by the rock. The rock had almost a desert-like look and feel to it, with warm southwestern wind air blowing. The airs over Meadsfoot Beach and Torbay were wonderful. Next, we decided to drive up the road to Shaldon, the little village over the Tyne Harbour from Teignmouth. Just as we got there, it started to hammer it down with rain, and Loui didn't bring a coat. So I went and bought her a Packamack that was bright orange. We walked through the Smuggler's Tunnel to see the beach with the red cliffs. It feels wild, this side of Ness Head. Not a real Smuggler's Tunnel, but built by the owners of Ness House in the 1800s to provide beach access. We got the ferry over to Teignmouth. Me and Loui love Teignmouth. It has everything you could want for a little coastal town, and the long coastal promenade walk is a great walk. We enjoyed a coffee where we normally do at Tyne Bean. I love the views here, as you can see far east along the shoreline. You can see the red cliffs of Sidmouth in the distance, and we explored the town, as Loui wanted to buy some new sea shoes. We had dinner that night at the Buccaneer Inn. The service was great, and Loui had an amazing looking ploughman's. I had Hunter's chicken. I was amazed at how quiet this whole town becomes at 8 p.m. for a tourist town at peak season.
Like velvet, silence like bone, where bears once breathed and Romans roamed. A candle's flame, a hunter's tread, a lamp of string to guide you with a thread, and the stories of the past sleep, where water droplets weep. Kent's Cavern holds its secret tales, where light plays with shadows and fails. Hold on to me. icy cliffs, time gently unlocks. Seals in the surf, and the smell of pine, even the drizzle feels close to divine.
Day 3, Tuesday the 20th, Louis's birthday. We spent the morning and most of the day in good weather in a place we love, Babbacombe Beach. We had a Prosecco breakfast for Louis's birthday and we both had a swim, though it was too cold for Louis after a little bit. The water was much colder this year than last year at the same time of year, but it's a beautiful swim. I like to swim far out enough so the red cliffs contrast against the blue sky. We had a tapas lunch again at the awesome 3 Degrees West bar, and it was great. Louis had a great birthday, and that was the most important thing. That evening, I tried to get us a table at a place called the Waddling Duck, as the menu sounded amazing, and I wanted Louis to have a great birthday meal. But we couldn't get a table as I didn't book in advance, and they were full. So we ended up back at the Buccaneer Inn, and this time I had the ploughman's, and it was lush. Louis had a lamb burger. We had a few cocktails and loved watching the sunset. The views over Babbacombe Bay are amazing. On a good day you can see Portland Bill all the way east in Dorset. We decided to buy a small bottle of rum and drink it watching the moon rise over the bay. It was a magical way to end the day. Prosecco fizzes in morning light. Red cliffs smile in cobalt skies. She swims, she laughs.
The sea is way too cold, but still we try. Still we're bold. The water swirls, mixing its reds and blues, to watch the day turn into night with you is all I need. To watch the day turn into night with you is all I need. Cocktails and cliffs where the sun slips west. No table booked, but still we're blessed. And as the rum lifts the moon from the foam, we find the sky and call it home. But still we try. Still we're bold. The water swirls, mixing its reds and blues, to watch the day turn into night with you. It's all I need. That's all I need. To watch the day turn into night with you. It's all I need. That's all I need. To watch the day turn into night with you. It's all I need. That's all I need. To watch the day turn into night with you. It's all I need. That's all I
We had breakfast at the Headland View Cafe. The weather was lush. We drove down to Torquay as I wanted Loui to experience the ferry to Brixham, as it's always been a favourite trip of mine. Had a weird call from the hotel. Turns out I had only booked 3 nights, not 4. Luckily, they were able to give me the same room and an extra night for a reduced price. Loui loved the ferry trip, as we both love being on the water, and it's a great feeling watching Berry Head get closer and closer as you approach the port. Brixham was absolutely packed, so we walked all the way up to the marina. On a previous trip, Loui thought this place was Ilfracombe, a place for some reason she calls fake Wales, as she thought it was in Wales or something like that. The walk up is lovely and reminded me of the many times I've walked up here before on family holidays. We walked along the breakwater to enjoy the views and look at the little Brixham Harbour Lighthouse. I love the view of Torbay from here, and walking back, we tried to get food at the Breakwater Cafe, but it was packed. I also love the little breakwater beach here. On the way back, we had some Krabby's alcoholic ginger beers in the New Quay Inn, had some prawns from a fish stall, and got the ferry back. The ferry ride back had the usual spiel about Napoleon being left offshore while he was captured before he was sailed out to St. Helena, and something I'd never heard before about a place called Oldway Mansion. Also how Torquay was basically just a fishing village before it was developed into a huge, thriving town by a few families. Torquay is a weird mix between the very rich and the very poor, urban decay and wealth. We drove to Paynton Harbour. I've been to Paynton many times before, but never seen it. The place is all constructed from red brick. We chilled out and walked around Pixie Cove, a strange place. Torbay is so overpopulated compared to Cornwall. So weird to see a place like Pixie Cove with its lovely sand and red cliffs, with an ugly block of flats above the cliffs. We checked out the little cave, which was almost like a grotto, definitely a smuggler's cave. We headed back. This time in the evening, we went to a pub called the Kent, where the food was great. The poor girl working looked massively overstretched, as she was the only one working in a huge, full restaurant, but she still provided great service. I had the truffle shuffle burger, and Loui had mussels. We did try the Carey Arms, as I've always loved Babbacombe Beach and the look of that pub. But it was a faff trying to get a table, and we decided to go elsewhere, hence the Kent pub meal. Also, the road down there is very steep and narrow, and even someone like me who's used to Cornish roads didn't like driving it. That night, a crazy sea mist enveloped the whole area, and it was suddenly really cold. Day 5, the final day, Thursday the 22nd of August, 2024. As we checked out from our awesome little break, we decided to check out the abandoned and closed Old Way mansion. By the time we got there, it was hammering it down with rain. The building blew my mind with its incredible architecture. Apparently the inside was modelled on Versailles, and from what I could see online, the interior looks incredible. So sad to see this beautiful heritage building sitting there decaying. Apparently the local council bought it and they don't have the funds to fix the roof or maintain the building. It's covered in Greco-Roman mythologies, gods and goddesses, and some sphinxes. I also thought it had some occult symbolism in places with it. It was originally built by Isaac Singer, the founder of the Singer Sewing Machine Company, and later inherited by his son, Paris Singer, who had an affair and children with Isadora Duncan, the famous American dancer and choreographer. She must have danced in those same Old Way mansion hallways. It is said that the place is very haunted by the wife of Paris Singer, Cecile. There are even clips you can watch of her appearing apparently one of the windows in footage. We left the incredible place that is Old Way Mansion. Our original plan was to see the Buckfast, Otter Sanctuary and Butterfly House, but it was closed. So instead, we went to Buckfast Abbey, a place I love. It's so full of peace and tranquility and is still a monastery. The fact that it was rebuilt from scratch by 6 Benedictine monks in the 1880s amazes me, as it was destroyed by the dissolution of the monasteries in Henry VIII's time. These 6 monks started a process that was finished in 1906 when it was reconsecrated as an abbey. Of course, this place is also famous for its tonic wine, which is widely drunk by Glaswegians, referred to as Bucky. I've tried it myself. It's not my cup of tea, as it has a very high caffeine content and is a weird mix between fortified wine and coffee and has a beer-like quality to it. And with that, our little voyage around Torbay ended, back to our little flat in southeast Cornwall. I really enjoy these trips with Loui, where we get to have a shared experience and adventure somewhere new and old together.
Rain tattoos the ghosts of gold. Old Way sleeps its stories told. Sphinxes brood and Cecile sighs. A dancer's echo under haunted skies. In this peace we find our song. Say this peace we find our song, a sacred note we carry along. Now I know how to grow, now that my soul has come home. Now I know how to grow, now that my soul has come home. Now I know how to grow, now that my soul